Comic Radio Hour presents, once again, America's #1 family sitcom, Nuclear Family. Last time we met, Richard and Karen met their new neighbors who Richard wasn't too keen on, and then he later found out that Vug, the ghoul neighbor, was his new manager at work, giving him a whole new perspective on ghouls in society. But in the meantime, Jimmy and Abigail, Vug's daughter, were getting to know each other pretty well at the park. Now we flash forward to Friday night, where Mrs. Smith has invited over the Simmons family for dinner.
Oh, hello, Richard. You're home early.
Yes, dear, we met our quota for the week, so we got to go home an hour early.
Oh, wow. Maybe Vug isn't that bad of a boss then.
Oh, no. He's a fine boss. One hell of a work ethic, too. It's just...
What's wrong, honey?
I can't get over that you invited that thing and his family into our home.
Richard.
And Jimmy's been going around with their daughter? And the way he carries himself now, and the way he talks about her, he's developing feelings.
So what? He's happy. You see how he's been doing in his studies, and he hit not 1, but 2 home runs at his baseball game on Wednesday.
I know. Everything is looking up except for the neighbors.
Why can't you just be happy for what we have? Do you remember how dangerous things were in Alamo? Do you remember how the cathedral remnants wanted to take James and turn him into a super mutant because he was a fresh one? Do you remember how we couldn't get clean water, and if we did, it was 150 caps a bottle? So what if we have some ghoulish neighbors? We're safe.
But what if she wants to sleep over? That means we'd have to feed her, and I don't know what those things eat. Oh shit, be cool, Jimmy's coming home.
Well, howdy, Ma. Howdy, Pop. What's for dinner, Ma? Well, James, tonight's a very special night, so I'm making Brahmin burgers and your favorite Blamco brand mac and cheese. Well, hot dog. And tonight's the night the Simmons are coming over for dinner, right? Yes, sweetheart. Oh, boy. Can I sit next to Abby at the dinner table?
Now, son, don't you think you've been spending enough time with her?
Richard, hush. Not at all, Pop. I'm real keen on her. She's a good kid.
About as good as a shuffler can get.
I'm gonna wash up and read my new issue of The Unstoppables before dinner. Okay, dear. We'll be eating at 6:30. Oh, I bet that's the Simmons.
Oh shit, let me throw a shirt on.
Hello, Vug. Hello, Abigail. I've heard so much about you. But I don't think we've met yet.
Howdy, Miss Smith.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Mrs. Smith. I'm Rosemary Simmons.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Please come in. Have a seat. Dinner's almost finished. Richard, James, our guests are here.
I'm sorry, Vug, how are you?
Any day above ground is a good day.
Yes, please introduce me to your family.
Well, this is my baby girl, Abigail, and that's my old lady, Rosemary.
Hello, sir.
Pleasure to meet you, sir. Vug told me you're one of his best guys at the Trade Commission.
Ah, well, I don't like to toot my own horn, but sure am proud of my own work.
Hey, Abby, come sit with me at the dinner table.
Okay, Jimmy.
Want a race?
Sure thing. Last one there's a stinky old mole rat.
It's nice to see the kids getting along, eh?
Yeah, I guess.
She's had many friends in all the times we moves around. But most of them just ask her questions about being a ghoul, and then pick on her. Really means a lot to us little Jimmy's taking such a shine to her.
Yeah, well, that's how we raised him, to always be polite.
Well, you're doing one hell of a job, Mr. Smith.
Please come, sit. Dinner is ready to be served.
Well, Miss Smith, this looks fabulous. Abby, Rosemary, Smith family, would you like to join us?
Wait, what's going on? Why are they holding hands?
Hey, Pop, what are they doing? Just give them a minute, James.
Thank you for this beautiful meal that the Smiths were so gracious to give us, and for my new job that allowed me to move to this great neighborhood here. And thank you for Jimmy, who's become such a great friend to our little Abigail. Abby, Rosemary, would you like to say anything else?
Thank you for the new Grognak comic that Big Mike gave me, and for the Arkansas National Park where we throw rocks at rad stacks.
Thank you for the safety of our new home and Ollie's famous iced tea.
Amen.
Alright, let's dig on in.
No. I've had enough. What the hell was that?
Richard!
No, Karen. They come into my house and want to do their little ghoul chant. They want to come in my house and do that, you gotta act normal.
Vug, Rosemary, Abby, don't listen to him. He's just overstressed from work.
No, Karen, don't try to make excuses for me. I do not approve of them or their ghoulish ways.
Richard, they are our guests, and you will treat them with respect.
No, Mrs. Smith, I can tell when I'm not wanted. It's a shame, too. Thought maybe this time it'd be different.
No, Mr. Simmons, don't take it the wrong way, please.
Thank
sit
you,
with
Miss
us.
Smith, but I think it's best if we took our leave.
Oh, okay. Bye, Abby.
Bye, Jimmy.
Richard, look what you did. Those kids are going to be heartbroken.
Karen, what do you want me to do? How do we know they weren't going to eat our faces after they were done that little chant?
Because they had a full meal in front of them.
Karen, I'm tired of you never sticking up for me.
I'll stick up for you when you were in the right. You made those people feel less than human.
They are less.
Don't finish that sentence. Richard, I swear to God, if you finish that sentence, we're getting a divorce.
I'm trying to protect you and Jimmy.
Richard, don't give me that bullshit. Go out there and apologize.
Karen.
Outside, now!
Vug, wait.
I'll see you at work on Monday, Mr. Smith.
Vug, please wait.
I don't have anything to say to you, and it seems like you already have said enough.
No, Vug, I was wrong. I'm a big dumb idiot. Look, when I was a boy, my family and I lived about 2 hours away from what is now New Canaan. And we had this little settlement called Buckwald. And one night, as we were all sleeping, a horde of ferals attacked the town, killing almost everyone. The only people to make it out were my brother, my mother, and 4 others. I know it's not right, but it's just the way I was raised.
Mr. Smith.
Please, call me Rich.
Rich, you know we're not ferals, right?
Yes.
Look, I understand why you feel the way you feel. I don't agree with it. I don't condone it. Honestly, I think it's kind of asinine, and frankly, really small-minded.
Very small-minded.
Look, Lil Abby hasn't had a friend in over 200 years. And Jimmy's been the first real pal of hers, and that's only been the few days of them hanging around. I'm willing to look over all of this, just for her sake.
Vug, I'm extremely sorry.
Can we shake on it? Can you give me your word as a man that you won't act like this in front of me or my family again? And then maybe you'll think about changing your ways?
You betcha, Vug. I'm very, very, very sorry again. Why don't you and yours come back in a week from today for dinner? But this time, I won't absolutely ruin. That's a promise. A Smith promise.
I'll ask the missus if we don't already have plans. Thank you, Thank you, Rich.
May I ask you a question if I could, Vug?
No, we don't all do jet.
No. I wanted to know what that little poem thing was that you said at the table.
Oh, well, that was called a prayer. It's something we used to do before the bombs dropped. I honestly don't even remember what half the words mean. Abby just likes to do it because it reminds her of how things used to be.
Well, if you join us next week, I'll partake with you.
Thank you, Rich. I appreciate it.
Good night, Vug.
You and yours have a good night.
Atomic Radio Hour.